Ben with SuperPumped Business podcast, and I have two questions for you today. First, if you had $50 million in the bank right now, would you go to work tomorrow? It's an interesting question. Second question, if you had a contract on the table right now that would pay you $55 million a year between 2026 and 2029, so for the next 4 years, $220 million net worth, plus an additional $5 million in incentives and endorsement deals, totaling $60 million or $240 million for the next 4 years, would you go to work? That's a question that this guy right here, Mr. Joe Burrow, Mr. Cincinnati football, has been wrestling with. I want to read his quote correctly to you. He said, quote, "If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, what am I doing it for?" That created a massive hubbub here in Cincinnati about why would Joe Burrow leave? Who could walk away from that kind of money? When you start peeling back the layers, it becomes more complex, more nuanced. If you think about Joe Burrow, estimates are his net worth is $50 million. About 40 of that is liquid. Even if he invested super conservative, only got a 5% return on investment on the 40 million, he would still be living off $2 million a year for the rest of his life, never touch the principal. For most of us, that's a pretty good life, and a lot of us wouldn't go to work. But then you've got to consider all the money that's on the table moving forward. To think of $240 million in cash over 4 years, you think, who would not work for that kind of money? But the reality is, for all of our employees, whether they're someone as high profile as Joe Burrow or just someone who's a lowly entry-level worker in your business, the consideration is more than money. 5 things that employees consider when thinking about a job. First is recognition and appreciation. Check mark for Joe on that. Look at this. They're lifting him after the 2021 AFC Championship. He got to go to Super Bowls. Everybody knows him. He's beloved here in the community. So that's a reason to keep working. But career growth, that's a big fat no. This championship was 2021. The next year, they came 1 game short of the Super Bowl. And then the next 3 years, their record has gotten progressively worse. Career growth is on a downward trajectory. Then work-life balance, that's a big fat no for Joe as well. The reality is people are breaking into his house. He can't go out to dinner without a million adoring fans saying, "Hey, Joe, sign this." He can't be anonymous and just live like a normal guy. There is no on-off button for Joe. When he's in the public, he has to be on. No work-life balance. If you need help with your business, whether it's the Bengals or whether it's food or whether it's a hotel or whatever you're in, hit me up. I'd love to talk and work with your team.